Sabha is with us, Congress leader. He is with us right now, and I do want to go over to him for more context on the Congress response to this. Mr. Tagore, thank you for joining us this morning here on CNN News 18. Mr. Tagore, first I'll ask you for the Congress's perspective on this, then we'll take you to further questions. Sir, do go ahead.
No, this is just this as our Communication General Secretary Jairam Ramesh has tweeted.
Right.
Rashtrapati Bhawan's that letter, which is usually the President of India's name, has now been sent in the name of President of Bharat. But the Article 1 of Constitution, which was written by Baba Sahib Ambedkar, calls it Bharat, that was India, shall be the states of Union of States. And we have been using the term India for all along, and RSS has been advocating for long to change the name. And recently also RSS chief Mr. Mohan Bhagat has been speaking about this kind of thing. And when Mr. Mohan Bhagat, RSS chief, whatever he wanted, whether the government has started to do that thing is a question. But even the Union of States also, to mention about the Union of States also, the government gets angry with us whenever we call India as a Union of States. They get angry and they say that we are anti-Indian. This is the problem with the government, and they are not ready to follow the Ambedkar constitution, and they want to change to their convenience. And this is a very different stage now when the President of India uses the name Bharat. It is first time, and the Congress Party's parliamentary group will meet in the evening. I hope that some kind of clarity comes with that.
So I do want to ask you, because when we do get to speak to the BJP, they are going to raise this question. You did address it partly in the beginning of your answer, but I do want to take us back to that. The argument we're possibly going to get from the BJP is that the Constitution used the phrase India and Bharat interchangeably again and again. So why does this change draw out a comment from the Congress? To that, sir, just once again, just state what it is that the Congress will say.
So what we are saying is very simple, because the Constitution of India, which is very clearly states Bharat as India,
right.
And India has been used by the Union of States, and we have been using it in all along for 75 years. We have been using India as a word itself for around more than 70 years. Now, in the after the Constitution was adopted, also we have been using the word India only, and government is always the President of India is only
Sir,
mentioned.
can I just ask you? Let me just very quickly ask you a counter question, because I then do want to go over to the BJP. Sir, let me ask you. Then, is the primary argument that the Congress is making, when I ask what is the problem with Bharat being used instead, is the primary argument essentially that it's a break from the past?
Hello?
Mr. Tagore, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, please repeat your question.
Yes, Mr. Tagore, I was just asking, if I were to summarize everything that you've just said, is the primary argument that the Congress is putting forth that the problem with using Bharat instead of India is that it's a break from the traditions of the past?
No, we are saying it very simple thing, that India, the RSS wants to change the name, and the RSS chief has made a statement. Because of that, the government is using it. That is the only thing I say.
Okay. All right. Sir, I'll just ask you to stay with us, because I want to take that now to the BJP. Tom Vadakan from the BJP is with us right now. Mr. Vadakan, 2 points that were being made. I'll very quickly first take you to the larger point, because that's the one that Mr. Tagore really doubled down on. He said that because this is a statement that the RSS has made earlier, the RSS chief has made earlier, that Bharat should be used instead of India. Therefore, this has come into common practice. Therefore, we're seeing this change. To that, how does the BJP respond?
Well, the trouble started where? When a political combination of opposition parties decided to call themselves India. And when you do this kind of operation, and you think wherever the word India is used, it is publicity for them. I think the Election Commission should have taken suo motu notice of this and not accepted it. No political party can, tomorrow a political party can say they are just Bharat. So this kind of troublemaking has been because they have failed to deliver. So they have changed their names. It's like a company that is reopening, trying to fraudulently present themselves as new products. But that is what has ignited this whole issue. Bharat is part of a civilizational, cultural existence of India. Bharat will be there, Bharat will continue to be there, and Bharat is there. So I don't see why, because the RSS chief said something, why if Stalin had said this, that Bharat is okay, is it okay with them? When reactions come saying that eliminate the Hindus, the Santana Dharma, and they have no problem with that, and Jairam Ramesh is silent on that. But this is an issue. Bharat is a civilizational name, and it's acceptable across the board.
Okay, sir, if I could just have you very quickly summarize, though, when I'm asking you this question, that the Congress is saying that it is because the RSS chief made this statement, that Mohan Bhagwat made this statement, that the BJP is pushing for this. So very specifically, without tying it to, for example, the Sanatan Dharm controversy, if you could answer, what is the BJP's response to that accusation?
I mean, clearly this is something that has something to do with India. They've taken the name India and trying to popularize achievements of India, and whatever achievements are being done as it's part of their political agenda.
Right, sir.
When you misuse the word India, then there's a backlash. It'll happen. It has to happen and will happen.
So, sir, one sec. That's important because I do want to highlight that the Congress, the INDIA, has made the allegation that changes like this would take place as a backlash. You are then essentially agreeing. You are saying, yes, changes like this are happening as a backlash to the usage of INDIA. Is that correct?
That is natural. When you try to take the name of my country, our country, and try to claim that it's a political dispensation, and who are supportive of a lot of activities which are anti-national. I'm sorry to say this. Today it has come to light that their position on a variety of issues are not conducive to our Indian culture.
So let me just ask you one more question here, because I do want to take this conversation forward. Are you also then implying, if you could tell us, because this is particularly important, will we possibly see the word Bharat replace India in multiple places when it comes to official documents in the next few months?
I am only discussing the matter raised by Jairam Ramesh. What will happen, and should happen is something that I'm not an astrologer to predict it. As a spokesman, I defend the position taken by the president, and this is, I think, a very good idea.
All right. Okay. Sir, thank you for joining us. Let me go back very quickly to the Congress's Manikam Tagore. Mr. Tagore, Tom Vadakan from the BJP pretty much saying that it is as a backlash to the INDIA, naming themselves the INDIA, that this is taking place. How do you see this possibly playing out in the next few months, especially before the 2024 elections?
We can see how BJP is rattled about an alliance being called India. That also it been Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance, we call it, and we shortly it comes into India as a headline. For that they are changing the President of India. They are forcing the President of India to send an invitation to all the heads of the state. Now with the President of Bharat, and how other countries are going to know about it now. They will think that some other president has sent it. How hilarious our BJP friends are.
Okay, Mr. Tagore, Mr. Vadakan, can I just ask you about to stay